in terms of how he's done in his league seasons over the past 3 years. So last year, 25 games, 10 goals, 8 assists in 25 games. That is unbelievable numbers. The year before that, 32 games, 8 goals, 11 assists. And for PSV, he got 19 goals and 8 assists.
He really smashed out when he was there.
games. So the last 3 seasons, he's got over double figures, two seasons of double figures of goals. The other season was 8. But in all seasons, he's got well over double figures in goal contributions.
Yeah, and he's doing it last season. It was only in 25 games, 16 goal contributions. Season before, 19 goal contributions in 32, and obviously for PSV it was 27 in 34. So he's really been a goal contribution machine over the last 3 years at such a young age. You look at the underlying stats. This is last year. You can bring on the chart. So this is last year. You can see. Last 365 days when you compare him to like attacking mids. Look how strongly he performs when looking at the data. He really performs so strongly all over the park. What's great is the blue, which is his playmaking, passing ability. That's like his strongest thing, and that's exactly the kind of player we're looking for. Lots of through balls, lots of key passes into the box, progressive passes as well. This is a guy who's very good at getting the ball and getting that ball forward and doing it to a good, very high degree and to a really good number. Obviously, goals and assists very strong as well. Really high numbers there. And when it comes to like possession, touches in attacking third, passes received, getting on the half turn, really good as well. So let me see if there's another one. So if you look at some of these stats as well, carries is fairly decent. Tackles as well. Look at that, tackles in the attacking third. You know Frank's going to be very big on that, and he's in the 82nd percentile for attacking midfielders as well.
You're looking at the way Spurs played against Manchester City and how strong we were in the press with Richarlison, with Sarr, with Kudus. I mean, he's just going to add to that, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And he's a hard worker. Interesting enough, it says like take-ons and stuff, there's stuff to work, is quite low there. So that's obviously maybe something he needs to improve. But the passing is what's really intriguing me. He's clearly a very adept passer. He's very good at getting the ball forward and creating chances. And that's the kind of number 10 we need. Yeah,
I mean, I always had in my mind that Xavi Simons was really strong at ball carrying and successful take-ons, but...
Or maybe it's just the last 365, these last few days. If I maybe look at his best season at Leipzig was this season here. So let's see how he performs here. So take-on's a lot better. Look at that. So when he was at his best, he was much higher. So he's a good dribbler. And look at those passing stats here. Incredible, right at the top
percentile. That was his first season at Leipzig.
Yeah, and that was when he was at his best as well. So that was also really good. Still decent defensive numbers as well, but also good shooting numbers. Also quite good shooting numbers. Gets a lot of shots on target. He's very good at shooting outside the box. He's a very good a player that you can't really afford to give too much space in and around the D in the penalty area, because he can find those corners. But you can see here, fantastic, passing ability. And that creation is really going to unlock a lot of doors for Tottenham.
And that was the big reservation about Eze from a lot of people in the fan base, about his passing ability from the central areas, where I think that's the difference between Xavi Simons and Eze, where Eze, we were saying on the channel that we think he can do it, but there was no evidence at Crystal Palace because of the position that he was playing in, where Xavi Simons, there is clear evidence that that's what his best ability is.
Let's compare him to Eze. So if you compare to what he does to what Eze, where is he? There he is. So the blue is Simons and the red is Eze. You can see how well Simons performs ahead of Eze in a lot of different facets. Especially the one that's most important is that passing ability.
I can't really see Eze's. Is that small little red gap in the middle of the blue? Is that what
Can't
Eze
tell.
is?
It's being gobbled up. It's being gobbled up by Simons, unfortunately for him.
There's no doubt about it. If Xavi Simons comes in and lives up to his reputation and ability at Tottenham Hotspur, he is going to be a much better signing than what Eze could have been for us, in my opinion.
I agree, and I think he's got the attributes we need more than Eze does. Not to say that Eze, the attributes he does couldn't have helped us, but I think Simons has those real specific attributes that Tottenham needed in their from their number 10. If we look at his full scout report, this is from a season which wasn't his best season, but this is like a full scout report in terms of drilling like very deep into what he gives us. So if you look at the shooting data, see again, it's very strong. Like shots on, 43% shot on target ratio. That's really good. His goal shot ratio is good. Goals, obviously, he does get a lot of goals, and actually his shot total is quite low. So he's quite an effective shooter. When he decides to shoot, he's not wasteful with his shooting, it seems, which is very impressive. Here, these passing stats are that's the most impressive, and these are the very important things here you can see with him. And he's pretty good at all his passing, really. But a number of passes, profile, short, man.
He is
medium, long.
Everything that he's performing strong in is what Spurs desperately need from a number 10. Every single metric.
Key passes, passing to the final third, progressive passes. The only one that's not great is crosses, which maybe doesn't do too many clearly, but his passing is fantastic. And whether it's short, medium, or long, it's all very strong.
Yeah.
All extremely strong. Number of through balls, very good. Doesn't do a lot of switches, but that doesn't matter. He takes a lot of corners, we're fine. Goal creators, shot creating actions, really good. And look, he earns shot creating actions from fouls drawn, so he earns a lot of fouls, which is, something that will get us a lot of free kick situations, which is, we've got a good dead ball specialist and stuff like that. Defensively, it's pretty good. The only one he doesn't perform well is in the defensive third. He clearly doesn't get back there, but he's, he's not. That's when you're a 10 or a winger, you would think that's not maybe your job. But again, this is compared to other attacking mid, so he doesn't get into the defensive third that much. But midfield third and attacking third performs pretty well, and he
seems like he's a very hard worker. Very hard worker.
Decent interceptions as well. So he's got pretty good defensive stats. Possession, decent. For some reason this season he wasn't that good at taking people on. It attempted a lot, but it didn't perform too well. Maybe if I look at his other season, it'll be better. But carries is pretty good. Not too many carries into the box. Maybe it's about the position he's taken up. So looking at his stats, really, I think that it's very exciting what he's good at and what he's going to bring to the team, I think.
I cannot wait. I keep saying it, but I cannot wait. And I agree with you. I think every metric that we've discussed, what he looks really strong at, is what Spurs have been crying out for, particularly since Maddison has got injured. I think maybe if Maddison didn't get injured, we'd maybe be looking for a different kind of profile. And we're looking for more of a hybrid kind of 8-10, like a Morgan Gibbs-White. But now Maddison is injured. This is exactly what we need.
So this is him in his best season in Leipzig, and obviously the take-on stats are much stronger. Look at that, very strong green lines, much better take-on. 5 take-on attempts and 3 completed. Just over 50%, like one of the best in Europe. So he has it in him.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened last season. He didn't have. It was just that aspect wasn't great for some reason, but he clearly has that ability to take people on to a really high level. And when you got him and Kudus in those areas, I mean, it's going to be so hard for teams to deal with.
Him, Kudus, plus our new left winger. Don't forget our new left winger.
Exactly.
It's going to be incredible. We're going to have players of elite ball carrying ability. They've got Xavi in the middle, pulling the strings and creating chances. You're going to have Richarlison and Solanke who are going to be beneficiaries. You're going to have Kudus and Brennan Johnson who are going to be beneficiaries of it as well. And when you're talking about, and we spoke about it a lot over the summer, last summer as well, about Spurs need to regenerate that forward line and we need to take it on to the next level. He definitely represents that. Kudus definitely represents that. And one more, and that's it. The forward line is completely regenerated.
That's him in his best season up against Eze.
In which season? Last season?
Yeah.
Look at that. Not one metric is Ebereche better than Xavi Simons.
This is Simons at 21, you know, playing in Champions League as well.
And Eze in his pomp.
Yeah. Incredible. Like, he's such a talent. He's an incredible talent.
And the best thing about it is this guy is just going to get better and better and better. He's nowhere near his peak yet. You know, he's about 5 years away from his peak.
Yeah.
It's the scary thing about it. How good this guy can be. You know, when he first broke onto the scene, everyone was talking about this guy as the next big thing in Europe. Took a step back. Well, it's not really a step back because he was very young when he was in the PSG team. He was, 18 when he was...
in the academy, yeah.
When he was at PSG. He only started about 6 games, but he left PSG in search of first-team football, and he got that at PSV. Then he went on to Leipzig, and he's been a mainstay in both those teams, and he's been a star, if not the best player, in both those teams. So he's going to come to Spurs with a big reputation, and I'm sure he's going to fulfill that reputation. So those are the metrics behind Xavi Simons, and I'm sure all you guys out there are as excited as I am to see this guy finally put on the Spurs shirt. We're going to get an announcement, hopefully, at some point today as well, which we'll be covering for you here.